so fun playing the whole day with each other. It's so much different from like playing online, right? Yeah, online you play 1-2 games and you go offline. But here you play one game, talk, play another game, talk, and always having fun during the games. Like it's just way better.
Yeah, it also feels like you can just help each other so much better if you're close to each other. And as you said, when you play online, it's just way harder, right?
You have to spend the time here, right? You don't have any job here. You don't have family here. You don't have, well, you do have friends. We are friends, I guess, somewhat. But you don't have anything else to do. So you're kind of forced to play, kind of forced to talk to each other. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. What about Winchester? For you?
It's like in the first sentence we are friends, second one we are forced to talk. So like here actually. Because he's a forcing to talk.
No, but for you, I think it's the very first time to have like an international boot camp, right? So what is your experience so far?
Yeah, for you it's not, and for Andy it's not, right? Andy was in the previous one, you wasn't with the other team, I think.
See time at China?
Yes. We had them as well.
In Germany?
Yeah, in Berlin. Yeah. But for you, it's the first time.
Yeah, that's
so
the first time.
What is the experience?
Well, I mean, in general thoughts, in addition to what Andy said, the first that we have to communicate, it's easier. You have more games, you have more interactions at the same time.
We're
forced to talk.
You are more focused. Like there is nothing to disturb you, like you said as well. Like there is no job or other responsibilities. You basically just cared about everything, and you can focus, play one set, play second set, and then you realize that there is nothing to do, and you play the third set and the fourth set, and then guess what? We start the stream, right? It's a good moment to start the stream after the 3 set. Here you see the guy who does that every day, like. Time to stream.
And you see like the monitor time from Jordan. 13 hours today, 40 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know how it is for you guys, but for me, it felt like I'm back as a youth. When I was a child, I played that much, right? Like 10, 12 hours per day. And haven't done that for a long, long time. So is that the same for you or not really?
It is. Like I had some hand injuries. I couldn't play for the last 2 years for like more than 5-6 hours a day, but now I'm fully recovered and now I'm going back to the old days where I was playing 10 hours a day.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Oh, for me that made a little different. Like I think that I have periods when I played a lot. Like I can play like 10 hours per day or something, and I have periods where you barely play, like a couple of games a day, and some days where you don't play. So it's not something super specific, but I think those are periods where you actually learn. So with the previous one, you can just keep your level. But if you learn, if you want to improve, if you want to learn, etc., you need this kind of investment.
Yep.
Like sometimes you see 10 hours, and same like in a normal sport, when it's like the last repetitions are the most important ones.
Yeah.
Same here, like when you play like 8 games, and you need to play the 9th and 10th on the full focus, like here where you start to forget houses, because you need to make that instantly, and that's what you need to actually, if you can do that in the 9th game, and 10th game, then in tournament, when it's everything else going to take your mind, like the light somewhere, crowd, or the wrong headset, or anything, when you will be distracted, you will still do the correct things, or mechanic will be on a good level. So that's where the practice begins.
Yeah, so you had too much games today. You lost a villager in the last practice game.
Yeah, that's actually what's going to happen in a feed game on the finals after the semis at the same day, right? So
can be dangerous there.
Yeah.
Also, one thing a couple of people have mentioned to me already is that they get headache after 2 or 3 games. How is it with you guys? Because for me, I don't get a headache playing anymore. And is it something which is dependent on genes, do you think? Or is it dependent on practice? Like you just get used to it? Andy, what do you think?
I guess you get used to it. And well, I've never had that. I guess because I just played a lot from childhood onwards. So it was never a thing for me. Yeah, I guess you just have to drink a lot and eat a lot. Then it's fine. But if I forget to eat or don't eat for half a day, forget to eat, it's kind of weird. Then I might get headache, but more because of no eating and less because of gaming, I guess.
Stay hydrated, guys. Winchester, what do you think? Is it?
Actually, in general, I think we must promote the more healthier mode. Like, of course, these 10 hours, they pass not without breaks. Well, maybe, I mean, that's normal for any cybersport player. They are back to the breaks, I think. But if any other things, so I'm sure that there's a bad moment. But at the same time, I think we are not bad with that. Like when lunch, we talk, like we can spend time. Someone goes sleep a little bit, like even in a facility. Someone like for me, for example, I try to walk a little bit, and we have exercises on the mornings. So definitely, the other time besides gaming, you need to spend healthier. Yes, gonna really help with the balance.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And then I think about the headache. I think that's something you practice, like you get used to something when you come into the shape, because if you don't play for a week and I start playing, like feasible
harder.
can be hard, yeah. But at the same time, when you just play 3 days in a row with a good regime as well, like you slept well, you had, as Andy actually mentioned, I think that's super important is the food as well. Like food in time, good one, that's really helpful. So basically, you need to have a really structured life to make it possible.
Yeah, that's also the advantage. If we are here together, like if we schedule a best of 5 online, you have to commit, right? You don't want your opponent to wait. Yeah, but here, you can play one game, you can eat together, you talk in the meantime. You can play another game, you talk again. Like that's the advantage. Online, everyone is like, oh, if I let my opponent wait more than 5 minutes, he might get angry, right? Yeah. I always have the feeling at least.
Yeah.
Because basically you have more responsibilities and you have to match it. So that's why you actually schedule.
Yeah, that's a good balance here, right? It's a mix of professionalism and also a little bit more chill. So it's easier to incorporate because sometimes food is getting a little bit delayed. But I'm sure that's to do. Production. So that's fine. Regarding the last 13 days, okay, for you, Andy, was a little bit shorter because you were in China before. What were the 3 topics you would say were the best in this bootcamp? Like, what helped you grow? What did you feel like in terms of organization was very good? These kind of topics.
You first, I first. So I think I think the good thing, Vinch is a great teammate, to be honest. Like he's
100%.
giving so much insights, and that's also an advantage of having us here. Like everyone. No one wants to hide anything, right? Online, you're like, oh, maybe I hide this, maybe I hide that. But if you're in person, like everyone is sharing all the thoughts, basically.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge advantage, and that helps a lot. Well, especially if you have a better player, in theory there. Yeah. And it's also, well, it's good to help each other, especially when there is tournaments, Fire and Coco, and you are playing Titans League. It's also nice to help and see them improve. That's amazing. I think in the last bootcamp we had like wallets going on, but that was only like the first 3 days, and then it was like kind of how was it actually?
I was not active back in the day, so I couldn't add anything there.
Oh no, was it wallets? I don't know.
But it was forwards and
so there was only one tournament, and everyone was like, some people faced each other, right? There was only one big bracket, and it's a problem here. And here, everyone, you guys are different brackets. We have different tournaments to practice. That also helps. Enjoy that. Like for example, I don't know, Fire helping me with Socracy practice. I'm helping him with TTL practice. So we have a lot of different players and different sets to play different maps as well. Yeah, it doesn't get boring.
So originally it was planned to have this bootcamp to practice for German LAN, which was cancelled very shortly after that was planned with the bootcamp. Do you guys feel like that was a problem at all? Because I personally don't think so. I feel like we have had great tournaments coming up, and we had good sets to practice, right?
Well, I think there's 2 things about that. The first one, maybe that's a good thing because, as Andy said, we are not in the same brackets or something like that, because that could happen. And the problem, maybe a slight problem with the team, we have really a lot of people here. And maybe the good thing that like we have a couple players lower ranked and rated, so we are not that much of afraid of them. But for example, how it was for the China tournament, once me and Andy were in the same bracket, we kind of stopped all the communication about them because we cannot do that. So that could happen with NAC, and that would be pain. Like even playing here, for example, like how about our PC stays there? Just imagine practice something special. Just that would break many parts. So from that point of view, maybe even it's a good thing that we had LAN cancelled. But at the same time, of course, for many players, for let's say half of the team, it's good to practice TTL or TTL maps for the Gown Kingston. But at the same time, I feel that more focus on Talos accuracy could help me more. So it's a little bit harder for me, I guess. Indy, we are the only two in this position.
For Kingston to go potentially as well, but they have another tournament.
Yeah,
that
that's why I'm
uses-
saying they still need these settings, but not that much. So basically, it's a little bit hard to make it work for everyone.
Absolutely. With so many people, right? It's hard to make everyone being pleased, so to say.
Which makes the good way for everyone.